Want to make your WordPress website multilingual and give your visitors the option to switch between languages easily? I'm Carmen, and in this tutorial I will show you the easiest way to add a language switcher to your website. No coding, no headaches. Stay till the end to learn how to create a fully custom language button like this one, and I promise you'll be surprised with how easy it actually is to implement. Let's dive in. If you don't already have TranslatePress installed, don't worry. It's completely free to get started. Just head to your WordPress dashboard, go to Plugins, Add New, and search for TranslatePress. Click Install Now, activate, and you're ready to go. Now that the plugin is ready, let's configure our language switcher. With your plugin installed, go to Settings, TranslatePress Language Switcher tab. Here you can configure and manage all your switchers in one place, whether you want a floating dropdown, a menu item, or even a shortcode or block that you can place anywhere on your site. Let's go through each one quickly. Before we dive into settings, let's quickly talk about the floating language switcher. This is a switcher that appears on top of your website and stays visible as users browse different pages. It's a great way to give visitors quick access to switch languages no matter where they are on your site. You have a lot of flexibility when setting up your floating language switcher. First, you can decide how it's displayed, as a drop-down or side by side, which works perfectly if you only have two languages active. By the way, you will see all the edits you make in this handy preview, so you don't have to constantly switch between the front and back end of your site. Next, you can choose from ready-made presets to instantly match your site's design. These presets save time, but if you want something more unique, you can dive into the customization options. Here you can tweak things like background colors and text colors in their natural state and on hover. You can adjust the border thickness and radius to get the exact look you want. And you can also enable or disable the on-hover animation, tweak the text size and flag shape, and even add your own custom CSS. Next, the Customize Layout section lets you define particularities for both desktop and mobile. Some of the options include choosing the switcher's position on the screen, adjusting the width of the container, controlling the padding inside the switcher, deciding where and how the flag icons should appear in relation to the language names, or hiding them completely, and even showing or hiding language names next to the flag. One more option worth mentioning is found under Additional Settings, Show Opposite Language. This setting is especially handy if your site is available in only two languages. Instead of showing the language you are currently browsing in, the switcher will automatically display just the opposite one. So if your site is displayed in English, visitors will see only Español, and if it's in Spanish, they'll only see English. Once you hit Save Changes, you can go check your site. We should see a nice floating switcher on the page. The next option is the shortcode or block switcher. If you want the language switcher in a specific place, like inside your content, sidebar, or footer, this is the option to go with. If you're using the Gutenberg editor, adding a language switcher is super simple. Just click the Add Block button, search for language switcher, and add it to your layout. From here, you can move it wherever you want on the page. But if you prefer using the classic editor, TranslatePress also gives you a shortcode that works pretty much anywhere on your site, just like the block. And just like with the floating switcher, you'll find options to customize its design. Things like background, text color, border radius, or whether to show flags, language names, or both. The one extra thing to note here is the Additional Settings area, as this option is unique to the shortcode option. By checking this box, you can make the switcher open only when clicked instead of popping out on hover. Now, if you want your language options to be displayed directly in the navigation menu, just like this, you'll have to add it to your menu like any other item. But first, in the menu items section of the language switcher tab, you can customize how the switcher items appear by choosing whether to display the flag icons, adjusting their positions and shape, or enabling or disabling language names, or combining them with flags. Once customized, let's add the button to the menu. Go to Appearance, Menus, and select the menu that you want to add the switcher to. When you're in the Add Menu Items panel, you'll see a new section called the Language Switcher. Open it and you'll find several options. Let's go through them one by one. If you want the switcher to appear as a drop-down, make sure to use the current language item. Add it to your menu, then drag your languages underneath it as sub-items. This way, when users hover over the current language, they'll see all the other available languages. If you prefer showing all languages next to each other, simply add each language as its own menu item. Drag and drop them in the order you want, and they'll appear side by side in your navigation. I wouldn't recommend this option if you have more than 2 languages though, as it can clutter your menu. Another good solution if your website only offers 2 languages is to only display the opposite language. For this setup, just add the opposite language item to the menu. This automatically shows the other available language instead of listing both. For example, if your site is in English, the menu will display in Spanish. Pretty cool, right? You are now in full control over how the language switcher will act and look on your website, while also giving your visitors the best experience when choosing their preferred language. And that's it! You now know how to add a fully custom language switcher on your WordPress site using TranslatePress. If this was helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and check out our full tutorial playlist on making your website multilingual. See you next time!